stop laughing. Okay. Right. So on Wednesday next week, I would like you to do this as a timed essay.
In class
Okay.
or like?
Think about it.
Oh wait, sorry.
So, in terms of the question, what do you think the question would be? What would you like the question to be? Bear in mind the questions are really, really dull. What do you think what would you be examined on? How do the writers of the text
use language to
and structure, blah, 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 to do what?
I feel like this might be about like their daily lives or something like that.
It's not as specific as that. It's more to do with things like...
nature, maybe?
Nope, even less. Go back to the one we did with Bird.
To provoke a response, sort of like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
About
it could be.
to-
This one's about perspectives. Then it was to provoke a response, which is Swift. Okay.
I feel like this one might be perspective as well because it's like his perspective on the war and then her perspective on the
Okay,
front line.
let's do that. Okay, so how do the writers present their perspectives? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that in mind then, that's your question. What does it ask you to do? How are we going to break it down?
AO1,
A2.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice, nice. Why are we not doing AO4?
because that is where you're comparing it to other texts.
Lovely. I'm not quite ready for that. AO1 is
Knowledge.
of
Knowledge of the text.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Your NIF, basically your NIF, NAF and trivia. Okay. AO2 is
Meaning
mm-hmm.
and interpretation.
Good.
And then AO3 is context.
Nice. And when we do context, what do we do?
PFAC.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose.
I can't spell. Go on.
Form.
Mhm.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, audience. Context.
Which are dates and times.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could actually do PFAD if you wanted to. And that one there, things like fun facts. Okay, so a fun fact about Edward Thomas was that he wasn't massively fussed about having a family. Fun fact, okay?
And that was just kind of thrust upon him.
Yes, yeah, and they married really, really young, so he didn't quite settle into it, which then explains away some of the stuff that he's doing.
Or I
So-
can't read the last bit. Context.
Dates and times, fun fact. Okay.
Dates, times, fun fact.
So, in terms of the relationship of our assessment objectives,
So AO3 is in the middle, and then AO1 and AO2, it forms like a triangle,
good.
and they each feed into each other.
Okay, so AO2 is meaning, and that is informed by AO1, and it is also understood by AO3, and each of those two inform each other. Yeah? Make sense? Where's your percentage weighting? Which one is least important?
AO3.
No, AO1.
AO1.
AO2. Oh.
AO2.
Wait, what?
Okay,
What?
these two are more important than that.
How
Oh,
is
it's
AO3
3% is AO2 and 4%
Yeah.
the other two.
These two are 4%, that's 3%.
Love how confidently I said the wrong answer.
Oh, that's okay. Remember this, it's still fairly early doors. But it means that the actual thrust of the paper, the core purpose behind this particular unit is for you to be able to navigate purpose, audience, and reasons why choices have been made in order to create a meaning.
Question, could you give us the percentages one more time?
They're at the front of your book.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they are.
I knew that.
Okay? So,
Thank you.
what can we say about perspectives? What does that mean? What is the perspective?
Their view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Points of view?
Oh, so his like view of the war is almost like exciting, fun with the lads.
Possibly. And hers, devastated.
Well, that is kind of. Well, it is
Kind of, yeah. You'd obviously write it in a little bit more of a sophisticated manner, but yes,
Yeah,
yes, absolutely. Okay.
You guys got
So-
what I meant.
So it's basically the point of view, ideas, attitudes, okay, reactions. There,
The writers,
who are?
Helena and Thomas.
Okay,
Not
so we've
Helena,
got
Helen
Edward. and
Oh,
Helen.
sorry. Which piece was Thomas again?
Well,
Forgot the last-
he's the man. He's Edward Thomas.
His surname's Thomas.
Oh,
That's why it's confusing. Okay, because you've got two writers here, you will have inherent opportunities to compare. Okay, that isn't an AO4 though. That's quite significant AO1. Yeah, so you'll have an opportunity for comparison. But that's going to be quite heavy AO1 and AO3. The big AO4, which again is quite a hefty assessment objective, is to do with the unseen material, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Okay? So, with a whistle stop, 4 minutes. What are you going to cover? What are we going to write about?
I feel like we should talk about how he doesn't like domesticity, and that leads him to really enjoy the war, which can be shown by how it's almost seen as mundane, and like everything is described as not really dangerous, more like exciting. Like when he was talking about how yesterday afternoon was more exciting, Horton and me dodging them.
Okay,
Like, it's
so
almost like it's a game.
so be careful that we don't have what's called confirmation bias. So we therefore put 2 together, and obviously it's going to make 5. So we need to, the way that we phrase it, we need to be a little bit tentative because we've put 2 and 2 together
Oh,
and we've come up with an interpretation, which is fine. It's exactly what we need to do.
but that's not what we should.
But the
do.
way that we phrase it
Okay.
is to do with, we need to be slightly tentative, not possible, it could be this or it might be that, okay? It implies, it suggests, it creates the impression that, yeah? Because we can't ask them, definitively, we don't actually know.
But he does exactly say it was quite fun for me.
He does, he doesn't. So we can have that confidence that we are more or less on the right track, but we need to be a little bit respectful in terms of slightly hedging our bets.
Oh.
Because you never know, he
Yeah.
could say, actually, you know what? No, not at all. So that's our slight tentativeness in how aggressive we are in our analysis. We need to
Oh, okay.
kind of take a little, be really, really careful, take a little step off the gas there, but we are right in what we're saying,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Just a bit less bluntly.
So it's also the phrasing, which is also AO1, because that's your written expression.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so still going with the idea though. So we've
Sorry, I
got
got a little
a...
overexcited.
No, it's a good point, but we just kind of need to be really careful how we phrase it and how we write it, because what I would like you to try and do is to start phrasing things, analysing things in class in the way that you would do it in writing. So we're constantly thinking in that analytical manner, while also having some fun. Right, tell me again what the idea was.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to rephrase this in my head.
No, just tell me, and then we can rephrase it, because this is just planning notes.
Because we know that he really didn't enjoy the domestic life and the
Okay.
stress of it at home. We can see that he really enjoyed the change of scenery of the war and seemed to think of the battles almost as a game,
Okay.
which was shown with how he was saying that they were dodging them and it was
Mhm.
quite fun for him.
Okay, so I'm going to change colours.
Like he almost
Yeah.
didn't see the danger of it.
Okay, we'll do that one. So, AO2, we'll see if this works quite nicely in terms of annotation, just to prove to you how they all begin to blend and blur together. So, the stress of the domestic life, okay, and the desire for escape, which we know, okay, so that's a little bit of context, is expressed through,
So this is A1.
Yep.
Pathetic language.
Good.
And a little bit of indefinite notion as well to suggest that everything's very normal.
Okay, so the meaning is normal, every day. Is that his version of routine and domesticity? So it's his version, so it's all very masculine.
Yeah.
So, it's very masculine. What else can we say? Not trapped by family. Okay, that's also a little bit of our red there as well, so I'm just going to kind of double it up. So then what you do is then you come up with another one.
Well, does that first, where's it masculinity?
Yeah, masculine, it's not trapped by family. And then what you can do is you can bring in the idea of the emotion behind the language he's choosing because of the fun. Okay? What I would then do is I would then bring in, so if that's Edward, I would bring in maybe Helen and see how she's reacting. She does have a stress of that domestic life, doesn't she? So her own stresses are there. And then you can shift and sort of blend yourself within that as well. Okay? So what I would like you to do is to spend no more than an hour finishing off your plan. And it's basically like this. You don't have to change the colours, but brief sort of bullet points so you roughly know where you're heading. So plan for about 15 minutes and then write carefully, craft it, for no more than 45, answering the question on that text.
If we don't finish, can we just cut it off? Like
You'll-
finishing our last.
So you'll need to make sure that you are by crafting it, you're crafting it to the time that you have available.
Wait, so what's the time they say on Wednesday?
I think we're handing in the one that we did at home, right?
This is
Yeah.
for Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
I
doing
thought
something
you were
else on
gonna say
Wednesday.
on Wednesday we're doing one as well.
Yeah, I thought
We
that
might-
So
was
we're doing
first.
this and one.
We might do one. I don't know. We'll see.
To us, I'd rather do it at home. It's a lot less.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.